Taking it to new heights. Taking it to new heights.
What's going on, guys? How y'all doing? TBJ in the building. We live, y'all. I got my personal partner, Reeves, here with me. We're live in 4 minutes and 17 seconds. What's up, Reeves?
What's going on, TBJ?
Hey, man, we're going to do a little show takeover before the show starts. How you been doing these days, player?
Hey, I've been making it. My back been hurting lately, but I've been making it.
Ah, okay. Well, hopefully you get some heat on that thing, and you got to put some ice on it, too.
Yeah, man, just in case it's swelling.
Yeah, I get it, player. I get it. Well, I'm glad you doing all right. Anything exciting happen? Because we're going to be talking some tech news today. We got deepfakes in court. You know about them deepfakes, Reeves?
No.
Oh, well, you gonna stay around and maybe you might learn something new about them deepfakes. Then they got this Airbnb. They say they gonna be expanding their services. And then FTC, they pausing a ruling that they said that they was gonna do. So it's getting interesting out here, Reeves. And then Fox 1, you like football, right? You like football?
Of course.
Oh, yeah, they got some stuff that you might be interested in. And then we got this word called scuttlebutt. And do you know some scuttlebutts out there?
Oh, yes, I do.
Uh-oh. I'm waiting to find out how you to break down the word scuttlebutt. That's crazy. He said he knows some scuttlebutts. Well, look, thank y'all for joining us. We are live on the YouTubes. If you are watching us on a different platform, we welcome you to come on over here to the YouTubes called The Lab Tech Show. We will be live in 2 minutes and 16 seconds, all right? Come on, pull up on us. Reeves, do me a favor.
What's that?
Before you do your show and do your part, ask people to come on over to the YouTubes later on because, they might be watching on another platform. You know what I'm saying? And we want them to comment in real time.
Yeah, if you are watching on a different platform, come on over to the YouTube. The Lab Tech Show. Hey, that's the way you interact with us. Hey, you can cuss me out. You can be a scuttlebutt over here. Come on over to YouTube.
What you say? Yeah, you can be a scuttlebutt over here. That's funny.
Goodness.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
We hit the spot 1006 in the building. How you doing? Hit the spot 1006.
Oh, shout out to Hit the Spot 1006. Oh, I see you. Let me see. Who else is here? She waiting for the word of the day. That's what she waiting on.
Ooh, I'm going to try not to use her as an example.
Oh, Lord. I like that. Well, I got Tallboy to record the show, so we ain't got to worry about that. And he did save it. Because you always be getting on him about that.
Yeah, I got to get on about save because he will forget sometime.
Yeah, he do that sometimes. We got to get on him about that. He got to do his job a little bit. He got to tighten up on his job. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, look, if you guys are watching and hanging out with us, please pull up to the YouTubes, the Lab Tech Show, and be a part of this this movement that we're doing. It's a community. Will you share with 2 or 3 people and let them know what we got going on? We're live in 12 seconds. We look forward to seeing you on the other side. Pull up on us. pull up on us.
Where them fans that hit me one time?
That's right. Believe in. Boy, I tell you, which uh, pretty much it. We're just trying to give you this tech news. There's always something new that's rolling out every week, and whether you like it or not, it's coming. All right. So at the end of the day, our goal is just to show it to you, make it digestible, and hopefully, when you see it come in your neighborhood, you're able to say, "I heard about it. I'm ready for it," and now we can roll it out. So I got my man Revis here. What's going on, Revis? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right. Hey, I talked to you earlier, and right after I talked to you, I blew a tire on my trailer, and I had to pull over for an hour.
Oh my God. Oh, you just can't catch a break, can you, brother?
Hey, just the wrong time to do it. We got that CSA 2025 going on where they have the extra law enforcement out, and they're pulling over all the trucks that they can and inspecting them, and that right there could have been really bad for me.
Man, that's not good, man. Well, I'm glad you're okay, but we're gonna find out where the audience is. If you guys are watching, let us know real quick. Let us know where you joining us from. Type your city and state in the chat. If you're watching on YouTube, you can type in the chat where you're watching from. YouTube, the Lab Tech Show. Come on over and hang out with us. Let us know in the chat where you're watching from, and we would love to see you highlighted. All right, and we're gonna make sure Revis is okay. And I'm glad you are all right. And let's see, what do we have? While they're putting in the chat where they're watching from, I had let me see. Our what are we going to be discussing this evening? That's what we need to talk about. Well, here's my avatar.
What's up, Lab Tech fam? This is your boy TB2, Tall Boy's Avatar, coming at you live and direct from the lab. You know what time it is? It's almost that magical hour, 8 p.m. Eastern, and you should pull up and tap into TBJ, Revis, and Tall Boy. Tonight on the Lab Tech Show, we got the real deal, the stuff you need to know. We're breaking down the tech world like we see it. We're talking deepfakes getting real up in the courtroom, Airbnb throwing down some wild new experiences with chefs, architects, and even the one and only Meg the Stallion. And you know that subscription struggle? We're keeping it real on why it's taken forever to just hit that cancel button. Plus, we'll get the lowdown on Fox One, that new streaming service dropping before September. Now you know Revis always got that word of the day for you. Tonight it's all about scuttlebutt. Have you heard of this word? You know, there isn't anything on TV, and prices are up, so being outside, isn't it? So come kick it with your boy on the Lab Tech Show, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to drop some knowledge, keep it real, and have a good time. You can't say we didn't try to give you these gems. TB2 tapping out. Peace.
Well, there you go. We got Revis saying that he's in Alabama, and then Hit the Spot 1006 says she's in Atlanta, Georgia. That's what's up. Let's see if we can get that on the screen real quick. And we got Ranburn, Alabama. He's in Alabama. He's staying in Alabama because last week he was in some town called Steele. Well, we got some rules to the show that we would like to share or find out. Let you guys know how you can participate and be a part of what we got going on. So without further ado, TBJ has some words for you.
What's up, everybody? TVJ in the building. Look, do you have somebody that's graduating? We want to say congratulations to all the babies that's walking across the stage. They think they're a little bit grown now, but welcome to the real world. Look, this is how you can participate. You can watch on your phone or your TV. Now, it makes sense. You can only comment on your phone, right? So that's how you can interact with us. So let us know how you really feel, because this tech is here, and you can't say that Revis and Tallboy didn't tell you. Now look, we are also multi-streaming on multiple platforms. That's right, streaming on multiple platforms. And you could be on Facebook or LinkedIn or another YouTube channel. But we would love for you to come on over here to the Lab Tech Show and join us and interact, because that's how the comments pop up on the screen over here, okay? You know what I'm saying? Well, look, my personal partner, he driving. He's somewhere in the United States, but he like this song called Sexy Man. Ladies, help him sing that theme song for him, please.
It's the sexy man. What your name is?
I wonder what he gonna do with the word of the day. Is he gonna break it down right, ladies? Let me know. Roll tape, tall boy.
He's somewhere in the United States, from LA to New York. Where are you, Revis? Don't forget to honk the horn.
Revis, what's going on, player? How you doing?
I'm doing all right, TBJ. How about yourself, man?
Man, I'm large and in charge. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no complaints.
That's good. That's good. We ain't no good for us to complain anyway. Nobody want to hear it, and ain't nobody can do nothing about it.
And they say you on the side of the road. What you do?
Actually, I wasn't on the side of the road. I actually kept driving and got to a tire shop.
Oh, you did
I
make
blew
it
a
somewhere
tire
safe.
today.
Oh.
Yes, I refuse to stop on the side of the road if I could drive a few miles just to get the tire fixed.
Oh, that makes sense. You got to be safe out there on that road, man. Got to be safe on that road.
Yeah, one thing I learned, if you blow a tire and you go on the side of the road, sometimes it's like 6 to 8 hours before they can come out and change that tire. But if you go right to their shop, they usually get you right in.
Oh, well, see, lesson learned to all the truckers out there. You got to tell them truck drivers that maybe you start going live on TT or maybe even FB or YT and start telling people them trucker secrets.
Right.
Well, look, we got this. Oh, you didn't tell us where you tapping in from. Where you at these days?
I am in Ranburn, Alabama.
Ranburn, Alabama. Okay, what's so special about that town?
There's absolutely nothing special about it. I'm about 11 miles from Georgia state line.
Oh, you close to Tall Boy and hit the spot 1006. Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay, that's what's up. Okay, well look, we got this funny word called scuttlebutt. When I saw it, I was like, uh-oh, he gonna have a field day with this one. So scuttlebutt refers to rumor or gossip. In other words, talk or stories about someone or something that may not be true. Now, the way the sentence reads, Revis, according to the scuttlebutt in the financial markets, the company will be downsizing soon. Now, see, they using company financial markets and downsizing. Break this down to where the regular folks can understand what scuttlebutt means. Break it down for us, player.
You know, scuttlebutt, when I first seen it, I was wondering if I ever called my kids a scuttlebutt. Get your scuttlebutt butt out of here. But I don't know, but it wasn't what it was. And when it comes to scuttlebutt people, and I know a few, I try to stay away from them. I don't like rumors. I don't like gossip, and it is mostly why I don't listen to a lot of rap music, because there are a lot of rappers who rap and they tell these stories about being gangsters and who they done killed and who they done robbed, and they've been in church their whole life. They ain't never robbed nobody. That story is all fabricated, and they ain't never killed nobody. And then when they come out, they lose their popularity. It has happened several times. But when you think of scuttlebutt, I don't know how many people we have that are in or have been in the military. And a drinking fountain on a ship or at a naval or marine installation is called a scuttlebutt. I don't
Oh,
know if you knew that.
no, that's a new one for me. I never heard of that one, but thanks for
Yeah,
breaking it
scuttlebutt is
down.
because one thing I always do when the word of the day pop up, I always look at the entry, and the entry actually tells you that it is a drinking fountain on a ship. So
Mm.
scuttlebutt has different meanings,
Oh, so
but th- those who lie and fabricate stories and gossip and make up all these rumors and stuff are also scuttlebutts.
gotcha.
And the name really sounds soothing too. Ooh, sounds so nasty.
So let me get this right. Someone is a scuttlebutt if they making up stories and fabricating who they really are in life.
Right, that's a scuttlebutt. And the
Oh,
person that just sits up and gossip all the time don't even know what the hell they talking about.
just making stuff
That
up.
is a scuttlebutt.
Just making
Right.
it all up. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure some people know some scuttlebutts. The question is, are you going to use the word this week? We got to ask the audience, if you're paying attention and you're hanging out with us, how did Revis do on the word of the day? 1, phenomenal job. 2, I'm not feeling this breakdown. 3, I will be calling some people scuttlebutts after this. 4, I waited all week for this. Or 5, I really want to give him a hard time. 1 through 5, let us know in the comments. How did Revis do on the word of the day? Oh, man. Now tell me about this other one. You said if you in the military, it's a water fountain?
The water fountain on a ship or naval installation.
Oh, wow. That's a new one for us. Okay.
And actually, if you look at the entry for the word of the day, it says it right in there.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what. Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. See the entry. Okay. We still waiting on a couple people to respond and let us know how you did on the word of the day. Lisa Maria says, 1 and 3. I will be calling some people scuttlebutts after this. And
Right.
awesome fun thing says 5. And hit the spot 1006 says 3. She'll be calling some people scuttlebutts after this.
Right.
That's
Because
funny.
there's a lot of people that sit up and all they do is gossip. That's all they do all day.
Wow. Yeah, well, I mean, now that we know, now we know how to handle them moving forward.
Right. That's exactly what's going on. We know how to do it.
Wow. Okay. Uh, okay. Well, look, this is what we got going on. You gonna hang out with Tallboy for the first article, or you gonna stay for the whole show? What you gonna do?
I think I'm gonna stay for the whole show. I just parked I'm on my way to North Carolina, and for some reason, I'm just not in a hurry no more. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stay for the whole show.
Oh, well, I think he'll appreciate that. Well, you may see me a little bit later on, you may not. But until next week, player, I holla.
All right, holla. See you next week. Have a great week.
All right, guys. Scuttlebutt. Man, that was a great breakdown, Reeves. A lot of people be fabricating, especially those rappers. I wonder if country
Yeah.
singers be scuttlebutts too.
Hey, they people are suckers for good stories. So if you can make a story and it can sound good, hey, why not?
They say keep moving before Reeves becomes a scuttlebutt. Oh, hit the spot 1006. She's ready for you, boy. She ready for you.
Oh, I know she is.
So we got a poll question. It's already posted on YouTube. I know you guys saw it, but I would love for you to assist us here on the YouTubes. Which social media outlet do you use the most? 1, TikTok. 2, YouTube. 3, Facebook. 4, Instagram. 5, LinkedIn. Or 6, other. You use a different one. Reeves, which one do you use?
Actually, I like to say Facebook.
The
And
most?
when I answered the poll, I said Facebook. But I guess I'm on YouTube more than Facebook.
Wow, that's interesting because YouTube is now on people's TVs now, and they're also on the phone. So I mean, just to know that YouTube is really starting to own the space, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like they're really starting to take over, and I mean, and there's different YouTube platforms from YouTube TV to regular YouTube. You can get the YouTube Premium or the YouTube Lite, where you don't have to watch the commercials. So just to know that YouTube is starting to take over, that really speaks volumes. And you're getting all your news now right there on YouTube. YouTube is starting to become the new TV.
Right.
Okay.
I have a couple people that I subscribe to, and usually before I go to bed, I usually look and see what kind of content they posted.
Oh. How often do they post?
Every day.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, man,
Every day.
maybe I need to step my game up. Hit the spot
Hey,
1006.
the tall boy experience, hey, every day.
Hey, hit the spot 1006 says, I'm really not on these platforms like I should be, but she's on that TT, as they say. Well,
Hey,
look,
you know what?
go ahead.
As long as they come to the lab tech show on Wednesdays, hey, they can say YouTube.
Okay, I like that. I'm with it. Well, Reeves, we got some articles that we're going to talk about today. Deepfakes in court, Airbnb expands, FTC is pausing a ruling that we discussed earlier this year. Fox One is rolling out, and you just gave us the word of the day, scuttlebutt. So we're going to get into this thing called deepfakes. Now, you guys have all seen the avatar that I put up, every week of myself, right? So you see that. And I'm not going to call that necessarily a deepfake, because a deepfake is when it's done in malice. Someone's using your face, your likeness, you're cloning your voice, and they're saying that they're making words up that you did not use or that you did not say. And that can become a problem. But there's a way that, these AI avatars, this is starting to become a thing. And what I mean by that is deepfakes of a deceased man gives his own impact statement in court. Like, he's in court, he's dead, as they say, and he's giving an impact statement. This is how it reads here. This is quite interesting, Reeves, and I don't know if you're interested in doing something like this if this ever happens to you, but they said there's some wild stuff going on out in Arizona. There's this man called Christopher Pelkey, who was a veteran and got killed a while back in a road rage incident actually appeared in court to talk to the person who shot him. But here's the kicker. He really wasn't there. They used some kind of AI technology to create a video of him, like a digital version, saying what he wanted to say. And they said his sister worked with the tech professionals to make this happen. The video message he delivered was all about trying to show empathy and even talk about forgiveness. Now, this AI video wasn't used as actual evidence in this case, but it was played in court during the sentencing to show how much Pelkey's death affected people in a way that just reading a statement might not just do it for them, right? And they said this whole thing has got people in Arizona talking, especially lawyers and people who think about ethics. They're worried about whether this could be a way to mess with people's emotions in court, and if these AI versions of people are even real or trustworthy. Now, while Arizona law does allow for digital statements from victims, so you can do a pre-recorded video, using AI like this brings up a whole new set of questions about how far we should go with the technology in the courtroom. This case really shows how much technology and the legal systems are starting to mix, and makes you think about the new possibilities and also the potential problems that could come with using AI in this kind of setting. And it's positive and negative. Now, they said that it was a lifelike avatar. They did not say what kind of technology that they use, but you guys have seen me on my show where I use something similar to what the YouTube video. There's a YouTube video. If you go into the description in the YouTube video and click on the article, you'll see the video. I don't want to get a copyright strike, so that's why we're not playing the actual video. But if you click on the link in the description of the article, you can see his actual video. And then they said his sister, she used existing photos and a couple videos and audio recordings to mimic his appearance and his voice. And they said that's what they did to make it all happen. Now, this could give you closure, but make it techie. After all these years, we've seen loss. Sometimes getting that last word or seeing some kind of resolution feels out of reach. But this AI thing could offer a new way to feel like things, just aren't just left the way they are. And you can speak your piece even when you can't. Life throws curveballs. Look at it from a different standpoint. What if you're ill? What if you're distant? This tech could let your voice be heard even if you can't physically be there. And it's a different kind of memory. I'm pretty sure you have some family members that have moved on and you want to cherish those memories. And if you have their photos and their videos, and then you can put it all into one avatar, you can always hear their voice and you can always see them, right? This AI could be a way to keep someone's presence alive in a more tangible way beyond just photos and stories. It's like keeping a little piece of them with you at all times. And then you can also pass on wisdom in a new way. Thinking about leaving a message or advice for your loved ones, an AI version could deliver those words in a way that feels more personal and impactful. And it's not as the same as a hug, but it's something is better than nothing, right? And then understanding the future for our families. Basically, the kids and the grandkids are going to be deep into this tech world, but you guys are still kind of hesitant, right? So being aware of how AI could be used even in a heavy situation, even though that this was in a court setting, but it could be something to where you can actually see that person's face or voice, or hear that person's voice or see them one last time, or know that you can always have it. My question that I have for you guys: do you think deepfakes should be used in courts, or even not necessarily courts, but just used in any type of settings? 1, this is a great way for them to be used. 2, I believe this is disrespectful. 3, if the family is okay with it, I see no wrong. 4, great way for the accuser to see the victim one last time. 5, judges should not allow AI or avatars in the courts. 1 through 5, let me know in the comments. Do you think deepfakes should be used in courts? Revis, your thoughts?
As I put in the chat, AI is going to be a problem. We was always taught that dead men tell no tales, right? Dead man tells no tales. How is a dead man telling tales? This is a prime example of scuttlebutt. It's rumors, it's gossip, it's not necessarily true. This right here is scuttlebutt.
But they said in court the family was not angry. I mean, of course they were angry, but they said that he showed empathy. And he said, and forgiveness. So it was not all bad. It was, hey, unfortunately, we met under these circumstances. Unfortunately, this has now happened. The sister felt as if there was, no way that she could talk about the loss and the impact that it really had to her and the family. And there's what better way as opposed to have him say it. And this is what we know what he possibly would have said or what we think he could have said. Everybody knows me. If you get on the road and you're not paying attention, 9 times out of 10, I'm honking my horn. I'm going off. And then they're going to call me road rage, but I'm like, no, you weren't paying attention. And the people that know me personally, they know that if something happens to me, if they're on their phone or if they were doing something that they weren't supposed to be doing, hey, eye for an eye. I don't have a problem with you being on the phone, but I have an AI avatar, and I would hope there's certain people who know my personality. Put my personality of what you think I would say inside of that. And I would be okay, but everybody's not going to be okay with that. The audience says the audience says judges should not allow AI or avatars in the courts. Period. That's what they're saying right now. So, I mean,
and the reason I agree with that is because it has always been that videos and stuff weren't admissible in court. So if they weren't admissible, why bring them in there? Does that make sense?
You said why bring who in there?
Why bring an avatar in there if videos and stuff are not admissible in court?
No, they said in Arizona videos are admissible. And in Arizona, you can bring digital videos in there. So that could be a pre-recorded statement. And in this particular situation, this person is deceased. And so the sister, you know how you get before sentencing, the family can say a few words and, how they are affected by this. The sister felt in this particular situation, she felt as if I can't say what I think my brother would say. Maybe she was angry, maybe she was forgiving, but they said that she knew that he had empathy and forgiveness, and that was part of how his words came out. Now, she may have been totally opposite and been like, no, give him the book. I hope he rots in jail. But she said, this is not how my brother would have been. And because it's Arizona and it's allowed in this particular situation, it's the first of its kind because it hasn't been done before. This could start a precedent of seeing more impact statements of saying, let me put this person's face and voice together, right? And then you go from there.
Right. Okay. Well, you know my personality, so if anything ever happened to me and you want to make an avatar, you have my permission, but make sure it's me.
He said, make sure it's you. Well, I mean, photos, and I've cloned your voice, but I just haven't cloned you as in your physical features. So, and we've used it here. So, I mean, I have your voice to the best of my ability. It's not going to be the exact voice, but it's a cloned voice. And I know you, and you know that I would use it in good faith. Lisa Maria says only deathbed recordings, but again, the person is alive at the time of the recording. This is kind of messy. I mean, like I said,
right. I agree with it.
Hit the spot. 1006 says I agree with Lisa Maria, and if you speak, it's different. You're letting a computer speak for you. So no, not necessarily, because you got to remember it's your face. The person, as in the family member, said, hey, how would Hit the Spot 1006 respond to this? How would Revis, how would Lisa Maria, Awesome Fun Things, how would you guys respond to this, right? How would they respond? And of course, it's a prompt. Of course, it's some words that you use off of Chat GPT or some other large language model, but it's something that you would say. And then to know that it's your face, it sounds almost exactly like your voice. The accuser gets to see and has to look at you one last time. And that might be something to make them really think while they're in jail or prison, shall we say.
Right, and Hit the Spot 1006. Everybody is not going to
Be in good
do
faith.
things in good faith.
No, well, that's fair. I'm not knocking that. I understand that. So someone else is still speaking for you. I mean, of course, you did not know if you got up tomorrow morning or tonight and got in your car and something happened to you. Of course, you don't know that. We never know when our last days are. But your family knows your personality and they know how you would think. And they know whether you're going to pop off, eye for an eye, show empathy and forgiveness. The judge still makes the final decision, but think about how that could affect the accuser if they have to look at you one last time after they know that they've done damage. That's a lasting image.
Right.
So it's something to think about. That's all I'm saying. Something to think about. Not trying to be funny. Just this is where technology is going. And look at it from the flip side. I'll share a brief story and then we're going to move on to the next article. I have my grandmother. She says all the time, if I can hear my mama's voice one more time. Her mom died or transitioned, which is my great grandmother, in 1995. It's 2025. So look how long that's been, right? And I was able through AI, I was able to take a current picture of my grandmother, an older picture of my great grandmother, and I was able to merge them together and have them hug each other. And she was like, where's the rest of it? Where's the rest of it? And I'm like, no, it's only like the technology is so new. It's only a few seconds. But I mean, just to know that she could just see her mama one more time and just how that relived that moment. So that's the power of AI and the power of these deep fakes. Now, I don't have her voice, but what if I had something that could mimic her voice? And like she said, if I could hear that voice one more time, what would that do? So I'm not saying that it's all negative. As Hit the Spot 1006 says, AI is not always good. You're right. There are some bad actors, but you have to look at it from a good faith standpoint, if that makes sense. You got to look at it from a good faith standpoint. But don't get me wrong. There is some bad sides of it because there's another article that's out there where it's being used in a negative way. And unfortunately, a celebrity was not happy with the situation. The article is in the description. Jamie Lee Curtis, she was not happy with what was going on. Somebody used her voice, her face, her images, and she said that they were not acting in good faith, and she wanted Meta to take the video down. And I think, Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook, if she did not call him out, he probably would not have taken the video down. And because she's a celebrity, she got more traction, but somebody that's a regular person. So, I mean, it's a sticky situation all the way around. Hit the Spot 1006. She's invested in this. You are dependent on people doing right. This is the USA. Be for real. Yeah, I get it. But like I said, this was the family who used this technology and they were okay with it. Not saying everybody will be okay with it, but the family was okay with it. And you have to be respectful of that situation. All right, guys, we're going to move on to our next topic. Airbnb, they're expanding. Well, I mean, have you ever stayed in the Airbnb, Revis?
Never.
You've never stayed in the Airbnb? Wow.
Never.
Okay, well, Airbnbs, if you're not familiar, this is where you as a guest can go into somebody's home and rent out a room, or you can rent out a place, rent out the whole place. So you're in Alabama right now. You can pull up the Airbnb app. You look for homes in that area, and if you want a nice warm bed to sleep in instead of you staying in a hotel, you sleeping in your bunker in the back of the truck. You can sleep in a warm bed, and it's similar to a hotel, right? Well, Airbnb says that they want to expand, and they said Airbnb is just not about finding a place to stay when you travel anymore. They've rolled out a brand new version of their app, and it's got a bunch of extra things packed inside of it. Think of it like this. You can now hire folks to do different services right through the app, even if you're not actually staying in an Airbnb. So you're in Atlanta, I'm in Atlanta, and I say, I just want to have an Airbnb service. That means you can have a private chef cook for you. You can book a personal trainer. You can get a massage or have someone come do your hair. And this is available in over 260 cities. And a lot of these services start at a pretty reasonable price at under $50. They've also brought back their experiences where they stepped it up a little bit. Now, I'm not sure if you're familiar with experiences because you said you've never done Airbnb, Revis, but basically you can get an opportunity to be on the racetrack at the Indy 500, or you can ride one of the horses at the Kentucky Derby, or you can go into one of the ruins or the Mayans in one of the temples or something like that in Egypt or something like that. So you're getting a whole experience, right? Well, they said they're stepping it up, and they've curated activities in over 650 cities. And this is not just your regular tourist thing. They've got everything from local food tours, art walks, and some unique events hosted by celebrities. For example, they got something tied to Meg Thee Stallion with an anime theme. So all those baddies or those hotties or AAA, well, however y'all ladies call it, Meg Thee Stallion has an anime themed experience for you. And then they also said a barbecue with a football player named Patrick Mahomes. You can actually let him be on the grill and he's barbecuing and cooking for you. Or you can even go behind the scenes and do a concert tour with Sabrina Carpenter. They said basically Airbnb is trying to become more than just a place to book a room. They want their app to be the go-to place for planning your whole trip or adventure. Where you stay, what you do, and even getting access to services you might need. With more competition out there from hotels and other travel sites that bundle things together, Airbnb is trying to offer something that's different and make their platform more useful for people. They're aiming to be a complete lifestyle platform offering unique and personalized experiences beyond just a place to lay their head and sleep. A lot, Revis. My question to the audience is, do you like the pivot Airbnb is making? 1, yes, this is how you stay innovative. 2, no, they should stick to their core model. 3, Airbnb is trying to corner the market. Or 4, it's a wide open space. Why not? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you like the pivot Airbnb is making? What you think, Revis?
I've never stayed in an Airbnb, but I love Sabrina Carpenter. So, now you make me want to go get me an Airbnb just so maybe Sabrina Carpenter can be on the grill for me or something.
Well, here's the funny thing about it. Revis, you don't have to get an Airbnb to lay your head to do this. They have these things called experiences, or what's the other one that they called it? It's experiences, and the other one is called, what do they call it? Services. So Airbnb
How
service.
does the experience work?
Repeat that again?
Is it VR?
No, this is actually live. So when I was in Europe last year, I thought they said that you can, and I don't think they ever went through with it, and I did not get selected. But I was in Rome at the time that they said that you can go to the Colosseum and what's the big famous movie that was at the Colosseum? What's that movie that they came out with? Denzel Washington was in the new one from the Colosseum, the famous Colosseum movie. Oh my God, I can't believe you.
I don't keep up with movies.
Okay, well, there's a famous movie that's based off of the Colosseum in Rome, and Denzel was in the new one. But neither here nor there. They had an experience, and you could register for this experience, and you can actually go to the Colosseum, and you can actually fight like a warrior. And if you were selected, it was an all-night thing. You weren't going to be able to sleep. You had to fight like a warrior. And if you got tired, or if they think that you're sleeping or something like that, the experience is over for you. But you get a chance to spend the night in the Colosseum and actually fight as if you're an actual warrior. That's awesome. Kevin Hart had an experience. I do know that for sure. And you got a chance to hang out with him and be a part of his whole comedy special. And it was one lucky winner gets this opportunity. So now they're saying that they're curating experiences to where you can now hang out with Patrick Mahomes. So let's say 50 people, 50 lucky winners, or 50 people that are willing to pay, right? They get this opportunity. Why not? But then you also have Airbnb services. What if you want a massage? What if you need a personal trainer? You want to cook, a personal chef, a yoga instructor. You can now have these Airbnb services. What if you're flying in to another city for a concert and you need a makeup artist? See what I'm saying? Now you can get these services, and they're saying that the Airbnb services can be as low as $50 on up, depending on what you're offering. Airbnb is saying, hey, you don't have to just necessarily rent the room. We're just trying to give you the whole experience, because we go to Vegas. We're looking for Airbnbs. We're looking for hotels. So we get a hotel. We still got to go search for things to do. They're saying you can do all of those things. You can search right in our app, and you can find everything that you need right here. There's no need to leave our app. We're providing you the service.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah. Something different. I mean, this is, they're saying that they want to level up. They want to give you something different. They want to put you in a position to where you don't have to leave the app. That's the main thing for them. They don't want you to leave the app. Everything is right there. So my only concern that I have,
like Amazon.
Yeah, just like Amazon. Look at what Amazon is doing. They got the health, they have movies, they have the delivery, they have the products. They have everything that you need with Amazon. So now when you're booking your place to stay, you can now have your makeup, you can have a chef, you can work out in the morning after the event, and then you can do this curated experience if you're in the right market or in the right city. All in one. Interesting.
I'd like to see how they go. That sounds interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, call to action time. We're at the midway point of the show. Hey guys, it is the Lab Tech Show. Come on, hit that subscribe button, like, bell, notification bell, and just join the show. Be a part of the family. Embrace this technology. We got you, because it's called the Lab Tech Show. We do this every Wednesday, and we would love for you to support us, be a part of what we got going on. And we're building, and it's called community, and we want you to be a part of it. So will you join us? That's right. Just hit the subscribe button, like, and be a part of the family. We're on YouTube and Instagram, and it's called the Lab Tech Show. All right, Revis, we're at the midway point, as they say, and let's see. We have two more articles real quick. They're saying that the FTC is pausing on their ruling. So earlier this year, we were talking about how you can get out of subscriptions a whole lot faster, right? And
Okay.
all of a sudden, these companies were complaining, and they were saying, "Oh, this is not fair." And unfortunately, because of the current administration, things have been kind of going a little haywire on that side of the front. And now companies are saying, we don't have a way to change our systems over as quickly as you want us to without receiving fines. So they're saying it may be a little while longer before you can actually easily cancel subscriptions. And they're saying that the FTC had this rule coming down the pipe that would make it so simple to cancel something as it was to sign up in the first place. The rule was supposed to kick in on May 14th. So if you sign up for a streaming subscription, you sign up for a gym membership, you sign up for a video service software, whatever, if you sign up for a monthly subscription or annual and you want to cancel, you should not have to go down the rabbit hole, call this number, get disconnected. You shouldn't have to do all of that. As easy as it was to sign up, you should be able to hit the button. Now they're saying that they pushed it back to July 14th. And they said the companies are hollering about how complicated it is to change the systems. And they even filed lawsuits saying that the FTC was stepping out of line. So the FTC was like, okay, we hear you. And we'll give you an extra 2 months to get your affairs in order. Now, it's going to happen unless something drastically changes. But who wants to be stuck with a subscription that they can't get out of? And they're saying once they do this and it does pass, it's less stress. Well, you know, we don't have time to be jumping through digital hoops trying to cancel some service that we're not using. This is going to cut down on all that frustration. Keeping your money right, subscriptions can be sneaky, taking money out of your account without even realizing because you forgot about it, right? Easier cancellation means you can keep a tighter grip on your finances because no one wants to know, man, they just hit me for another $14.99 for this subscription that I'm not using. Nobody wants to deal with that. No more getting played. Companies are hiding behind those cancel buttons and making you call customer service and wait on hold for long hours or long wait times. And this basically puts a stop to all of that. You get the control in your hands. You signed up online. You should be able to cancel online, plain and simple. And you also get a peace of mind knowing that you can easily ditch a subscription when you're done with it. So that's one less cluttering up of your mental space and you're not stressing out about it, right? So we are already stressed out about a lot of other things. So why should we even have to deal with this? So it's supposed to happen. It was supposed to happen today, but unfortunately we got pushed back to July 14th. So my question that I have for you are, what are your thoughts on the FTC pausing the new rule? Lisa Maria says, absolutely. Lisa Maria also says, they're lying. These companies are full of bull crap. I'm not, Lisa Maria keeping it real. Like, yeah, they know what they're doing. And they're trying to squeeze every last dollar. It's no different from these spam callers. I've been getting spam calls all week, Revis, and it doesn't make no sense on why I'm getting these spam calls. I don't understand why I'm getting these spam calls.
He's
but
somewhere in the United States, from L.A. to.
Yep. Yeah. He's in Alabama today. Sheila Baker says, "I'm late to the party, but good evening. Welcome. So yeah, unfortunately, we're in a situation. We're in a catch-22. Where we have to wait another 60 days, but hopefully before the end of the year, we'll have it worked out, right? That's kind of where we are. Revis, your thoughts?
I think some money exchange somewhere. some palms got greased.
Well, I mean, this is America, and that's kind of how people do think, and it's not right, but maybe we can get a couple $100 million of people for getting those subscriptions. I'm in a situation.
It's a lot of companies that's going to lose a lot of money
Yes.
because sometimes there are people who are paying subscriptions and didn't even know they were subscribed.
Mm.
And they have the money coming directly out of their bank account. They never check,
Mm-hmm.
and they need to cancel that. They'll come up with it some kind of way or another.
No, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly with you on that one. Well, that's what it is. You just gotta wait a little longer. We got one more, and unfortunately, it has to do with streaming services. So that means it could possibly be a subscription. Not sure if you want to deal with it, but if you are into the Fox ecosystem, Fox One is a new streaming service that should launch before September. They're trying to keep up with the Peacocks, the Netflixes, and the other platforms. They want a piece of the pie as well. So they said Fox is about to drop a new streaming service called Fox One by September, right before all of the football madness kicks off. They said that this is no small thing because it's going to throw all of their channels, Fox News, Fox Sports, the Big Ten Network, all of the news stations, anything that has anything to do with Fox at all. They're saying that they're involved and they're going to have it all on one platform. No different from NBC doing it with Peacock, no different from Paramount doing it with their content on CBS, right? And they said if you already have cable, you get Fox One for free. But if you cut the cord, they said it's going to cost. And they don't know how much. And they said it's not going to be cheap, but it's going to be fair. And they said all of this happened when the Disney and Warner Brother deal did not go through. So apparently they was trying to work out a deal. And unfortunately, it did not go through. And they were like, nope. So they're saying basically they're just trying to get folks who ain't got cable and still keeping the cable folks happy. So if you don't have cable, you cut the cord, hey, you can pay. If you still have cable, I mean, I'm paying cable. Why should I not get this app for free, right? And like I said, Fox doesn't want to be left behind in this streaming game. So they're sticking to what they know best, news and sports and entertainment. And you got to think, Fox owns Tubi. So would some of that content go over there as well? Now, it's a one-stop shop. So anything that's inside of the Fox network is there. You got to think they got baseball. So that's the World Series. They got football. That's the NFL. They also have Fox News. They have movies. Everything is all there. If you're into sports, the Big Ten Network, if you're in the Midwest, I mean, it's all going to be under one roof. It's going to be housed under one roof. That's what they're saying. And unfortunately, this is where we're at. And they said, I don't know. I don't know if this is a good one or not, but it sounds like another subscription. And based off of the price point, I don't even know if I want to even entertain it, if that makes sense. Question that I have for you is, what do you think of the new streaming service? One, I don't like it. These companies want my coins or money. This may be a service to keep depending on the content. 3, not for me. I'm staying away from these subscriptions. Or 5, bring cable back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do you think of the new streaming services called Fox One? Revis, your thoughts?
I think it's interesting. Are they going to have some 20th Century Fox movies?
That's what they're saying is going to be on there.
Because, I love my NFL and everything, and not everywhere I go I get stations on my television. So if I can get on my phone and I could watch it, that sounds interesting. What scares me is they didn't put a price point down there, and that's what scared me.
I wholeheartedly agree with you, sir. I think that's the problem that we're faced with. And there's nothing that you can really do when it comes to there's nothing that you can do when you don't know what the price point is going to be. And we're trusting that they're going to be fair. But my thing is, I'd rather you hit me with a higher price point I'd rather you hit me with a higher price point, right? As opposed to a cheaper price point, because I'm going to think that this price point is the actual price. And when you turn around and tell me that you have to raise prices, I'm going to get upset because that's what these other companies have done. So if they come in and flat out say it's going to be $24.99, it's going to be $18.99, and I'm seeing the value, the content is there, the movies are there, the sports, all of that stuff is there, and they're not willing to raise the price for 3 to 5 years, and you know that what type of content is coming out, you know you're getting football, baseball, golf, movies, college sports, it might be worth it if you're into that type of content.
You know, I love my football.
Mm.
I love movies, even though I don't get to watch them all the time, but I do love them. And Fox does have one of the best sports stations out there.
That's fair.
Well, if the price point is right, that might be a streaming service that I might have. And, you know, I don't have any.
And for somebody like you who's not already invested into this streaming service game, this could be beneficial, especially if it's the type of content. And the cool thing about this content that they were saying is it's on demand. So you don't have to wait next week. They're giving you all the content at once. That's what they're saying. So you can watch the replay of the game. If there's a series out, if there's a movie that's out, it's there. You don't have to wait. Now, I do think pre-releases or new movies that are coming out, you have to wait till the actual release date. But if they're saying that they're going to give you all the content up front at once, I think you got something there.
Will it be live streaming? So will I be able to watch the news live, or will I be able to watch the football live?
That's what they're saying. But I mean, remember, when the football and the sports, yes, you should be able to watch all the sports. But remember, with football, you have CBS, ABC, ESPN, Amazon, Paramount. They all that's just Fox. Remember, there's other networks that have rights as well. Now the Super Bowl goes to Fox, but remember, you still got your other games on other platforms.
Yeah, but you know, I'm a Detroit Lions fan, and if I'm able to watch the Detroit Lions every week, I'm happy.
Oh, there you go. I can't be mad at it. Look, this is what we got going on here. The brands. What's going on, everybody? It is the brands. Come check us out. It's the labtechshow.com, yourliveproduction.com, and tallboy.us. Check out those respective platforms. This is where you get a chance to see how we could possibly cater to you and make life a little bit simpler if you're looking to get into the content game. Whether it's micro content, go over to tallboy.us. If it's producing or you want to be the subject matter expert and you need someone to run your show, go over to Your Live Production. And if you're all into this tech thing, labtechshow.com. We had a great guest last week, Mike Giller from Nudge. He was a guest. So if you know somebody that is interested in being showcased or featured, have them come over to the labtechshow.com. Also, we're on Spotify and YouTube podcast at The Lab Tech Show. And then don't forget, if you would like to support, we're on Amazon and I said Amazon. Oh my God. We're on Roku. Nope, I messed that up. If you would like to support us financially, you can meet us at Cash App and PayPal. And don't forget, we're on Roku and Amazon Fire. So feel free, support us. This was a live read, guys, and sometimes you make a little boo-boo here and a little boo-boo there. But this is what we do because it is live. With that being said, Revis, Tall boys got what?
You know, when you make mistakes
Uh-huh.
like you just did,
Uh-huh.
saying that you were on Amazon,
Uh-huh.
that's called scuttlebutt.
Man, shut up, Reeves.
Shop.tallboy.us.
Say what? We got merch.
Tallboy has merch.
What's up, everybody? TVJ in the building. How y'all doing? Look, did you know that Tall Boy's got what? He's got merch, y'all. Look, go on over there to shop.tallboy.us. That's right, and click on all products, and you get a chance to see all the selections that Tallboy, Revis, and TBJ got. That's right, we got everything from mugs to t-shirts. We got mouse pads, and we even got something for the babies. You know what I'm saying? They like to stand on potty, right? Look, go on over there, and if you get some merch, send Tallboy some. You know what I'm saying? Take a picture. Take a picture and send it to him so he can feature you on the show. Shop.tallboy.us. You see the selections? We even got those tumblers. That's right. Revis's word of the day. He even got the t-shirts. You know what I'm saying? Well, look, go on over there. Shop.tallboy.us. And we look forward to seeing you make your purchase, take your picture, and get featured on the Lab Tech Show. I gotta go, y'all. Y'all be good, because Tallboy about to get mad at me, so bye-bye. Don't forget to visit the website. I holla, y'all. Well, Tallboy can be mad at me all he wants. I'm just gonna go ahead and help close out the show, Revis.
All right, yeah, I'm glad to see you back.
Yeah, I had to pull up in the boat hole. You know what I'm saying? Look, here's a recap. If you like what Tallboy had to say today, he talked about deepfakes in court. Revis, would you use a deepfake, or would you want someone to use one for you?
You know, if Tallboy do it, he knows me, and I know he's going to represent me well, so yes.
Okay, all right. We talked about Airbnb expanding to services and experiences. Oh my God, this could be awesome. I mean, you get your nails done, makeup done, ladies, and you can get a whole workout if you get the experiences. The services. And then if you want a whole experience, you can have barbecue with your favorite football player, Revis. The FTC, they said they're pausing on a ruling. Oh my God, come on, just let us cancel the subscriptions, okay? Let us cancel them subscriptions. And then lastly, Fox One is rolling out. So if you are interested in Fox type content, I think you might want to go over there and look at that. But I don't think nobody want to pay no more money when it comes to subscriptions. And then that scuttlebutt word, making up stuff, well, Tallboy was over there acting up, so it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. He making stuff up as he go. Well, look, guys.
We on Amazon.
You said what?
We on Amazon.
Oh, man. Sheila Baker said no way to the...
See it.
No, we not on no Amazon, Riz. We on Fire Stick, yeah, but not that. Sheila Baker said no way to the deepfake. She can't do that. She said I can't do it. I ain't ready for no deepfakes. Well, like I said, it's not for everybody. But hopefully you trust Tallboy, because he'll do right by you. Maybe he can offer that as a service. All right, guys. Like I said, thank y'all so much for hanging out. And I don't know if you heard about this or not, but Tallboy don't like to brag. But we're going to give him a little credit over here. There's a link in the description. Tallboy got a little, some recognition this week, y'all. He was on Rolling Out magazine. Oh, my God, look at him. Look at him over there smiling and everything. Shame on Tallboy. He got them cheeks. They got little dimples over there. Look at him, Revis. You see him? Well, if you're interested,
It's a nice picture.
You said
It's a
what?
nice picture he got on that. It's a nice picture he got on that prison orange.
Oh Lord. what they say?
That's suspicious.
Stop playing with him, Reeves. Stop playing with him. Well, look, guys. If you're interested in reading the article, go on over there to the description. Is right there in the fine print, and you can read the article. He's trying to bring this tech news to y'all, so hopefully you guys pull up on him and support him and share with some people. All right, and don't forget. We got some merch, so go on over there and support the show and support the family. I got some, Reeves got some, and Tallboy got some. So we look forward to seeing y'all, and God willing, or in God's time, if it's meant to be, we'll see y'all next week. Reeves, any final words before we get up out of here?
Hey, make sure you like and subscribe before you leave. And
That's what's
don't
up.
be a scuttlebutt this week.
Don't be a scuttlebutt. We gotta go, y'all. Y'all be good. TDJ, Reeves, Tallboy, we out.
You already know. Tall boy.
Shout out to Awesome Fun Things. He really is taking this to another level with this outro. Bye-bye, y'all.